It hits close to home. Jasmine, a lot of people would remember when we're younger, you have a pet fish, they pass away. You would have that ceremony to flush them down the toilet, right?
Well, my parents allowed me only to have dogs and cats, so I was lucky in that sense.
Okay, if you're on the story here with me to this point, myself guilty as charged, but now we are learning that doing so, flushing the fish down the toilet, it could be bad for the environment.
As Central Coast News reporter Brianna Berman-Solo explains here, everything flows into our oceans and could wreak havoc on our local ecosystems. She takes us down to earth.
What's happening? Why is he playing dead?
He's gonna get flushed down the toilet. He's gonna get out of here.
In Disney Pixar's animated movie Finding Nemo, the starring character makes his great escape from a dental office fish tank. Following the advice, all drains lead to the ocean. Here in the real world, California scientists are worried. Too many aquarium fish get dumped the same way. Marine biologists at UC Davis estimate millions of exotic fish are imported every year through our California ports. And of those million, 9 non-native types of fish and plants from aquarium tanks now live in our waters.
They don't belong here. When they establish, they can actually eat or outcompete or displace our native species.
In the early 2000s, wildlife crews found a strain of what's known as killer seaweed in Southern California, a $1 million invasive species problem, all thought to be caused by one person dumping their aquarium contents down a storm drain. Chris Jellison works at Trop Aquarium and Pet Store. He said people come in all the time, wondering what to do with their unwanted fish.
We as a pet store are always more than happy to take in any donations if people are tired of their fish, and we'd actually prefer that.
Many times it's with good intentions. Pet owners think dropping fish in the ocean would be like setting them free, but that's not the case.
Almost all of the fish that we carry are used to high temperatures, and with our ocean it's such a cold temperature, the fish won't survive. If the fish does end up surviving, it could really become such an invasive species and either pick on the fish that we have or just multiply to an extent that it's just not helpful for our own bay.
With this week's Down to Earth report, I'm Brianna Berman-Solo, your Central Coast News.
All right, for the record, to set this straight, I would only flush the fish if they had died. I would never flush live fish down the toilet, to be clear. Meantime, researchers, they hope this study leads to further regulations for the trade of fish across state and federal lines.